Jerry Trimble.
Yeah, Jerry Trimble was a bad motherfucker.
Golden Boy. That's what they call Atlanta's Jerry Trimble.
He hails from Vancouver, British Columbia. Manny, the school teacher, Sobral. Manny Sobral.
You're looking good, man. I like the silver on you. You look good.
Oh, I know. I got the silver. That's right.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
The girls dig it, Egerton.
I know. Trust me. I should have grown this a long time ago, man.
There you go, buddy.
So you guys, you're a boxer, man?
Oh, me? Well, I trained with Manny, but
yeah, you're too pretty to be boxing, man.
Yeah.
Nose too straight. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You're a boxer too, or no? You're not a boxer. That nose is too straight. Yeah, you.
No. I used to do karate when I was a kid.
Yeah, you look like a pretty boy.
Well, thank you.
All you guys look like pretty boys, man.
So when did you guys meet each other? Tell us the story.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're a Canadian team, man.
I'm not sure what the first time we met was probably 87 or 86. I'm not sure.
When did you fight for the Canadian title the first time?
Well, the first year was 87 when I fought Nick Rupa.
Okay, well, I was on the team then. So when you fought Nick Rupa was my good friend.
I know. Well, Nick, that's when I beat Nick, right? I beat Nick in Edmonton at the National.
But I was in, where was I? I was training with Adrian then.
Yeah, Adrian Tedesco, yeah.
Yeah, and Nick was training with Cabbagetown, right?
Cabbagetown, that's right.
Yeah, he was with Cabbagetown at the time, yeah. So I was rooting against you for a little bit when you're fighting Nick, because Nick was my boy.
Nick was your boy, yeah.
Man, he been doing a lot of running, man. That Spanish blood. he got that third gear, fourth gear.
Yeah.
I never met a guy more in shape than this cat here, man.
Yeah, that's how I survived.
That's how he beat the guys. He was in better shape than most of the guys.
That's right.
And he had good sound boxing ability. So that kind of kept him. The sound boxing ability kept him safe. So he had enough gas to continue and beat them up. When they get tired, he'd be picking them apart.
And I wish I had the right hand you had, Egerton. That would have been a full deal.
I just had desire, man.
What got you into boxing, Egerton? Like, was there a specific moment?
Oh no, it was like part of my uncle used to box in Guyana. Two of my uncles used to box. I used to love Ali fights. I used to watch Ali. People used to pick on me, beat me up, try to beat me up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My father was a fighter, natural fighter. He used to beat people up on the street, knock them out, all kind of things. But I didn't know that. I was a kid, so I didn't know that. I didn't know that was in my genes. But I used to be fighting in school, and my brother started boxing in the early 70s, like 73. Went to Sully's, and I went with him. I was about 9 years old, so I went there, boom, boom, boom. Did a little bit of boxing, and my mom took me out of it. She didn't want me to fight anymore. She thought, I fought my first fight, and I won like the gamest loser or whatever. I fought one of the Vanderpools, I think one of Vanderpool's brother, the big brother. And I lost like a decision, but they gave me the gamest loser trophy, like another big trophy. And then my mom took me out of it. And then when I turned like 17, 18, my uncle said, "Hey man, what are you doing with your life? La 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 la. Just partying, hanging with your friends. You can't do that. La 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 la." So I started training with him. And then he lit the fire. And then I went to Cabbagetown. Then I started getting beat up by Sean O'Sullivan and everybody else there. And Asif Dar, all these guys used to use me as a punching bag, but then I started fighting back.
Yeah.
And then I got stronger and stronger, and so,
Did you spar a lot with Sean O'Sullivan?
Oh yeah, big time. I was the chief guy in there, man. Nobody could hang with him.
No. But he would take all your shots, like all your right hands and stuff, because
I would take all his shots. I didn't know how to apply my thing. When I started getting when I started getting stronger now, we started doing this thing called control sparring, where he didn't want me to hit. Peter was trying to keep me under control. I was just used to being rough. Right? Because that's how I learned. The guys were beating me up, so I started beating people up too. They'd pull me off of them, pull me out of the ring. I didn't know why they would stop it or pull me out of the ring, but I realize now that I was getting too good. I was getting too tough.
So who coached you at the beginning then? Or were you
Ken
just-
Hamilton.
Oh, a guy named Kid Hamilton? Never
Yeah,
heard
he
of him.
used to live at he used to stay at the gym, right? He used to stay at the gym. And he,
Oh.
you know, he motivated me. He wasn't a big trainer, like technically. He didn't really know boxing like that. But he was able to connect with me.
Oh, okay.
And he was able to calm me down when I was hyper, when I was thinking, he was able to calm me down. And that helped me to win the Canadian titles and the North American titles and all that titles, because he was able to, all I had to do was go back in the corner and he would tell me, listen, relax. Breathe, relax. And then that's it. And that worked.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
we'd relax. You get me really relaxed, and I go in the ring and fight.
Yeah.
We'll relax and fight. That's, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like an oxymoron or so. You know what I'm saying?
I watched your fight in the Olympics. I thought you won that fight in the
Which one, the
for
finals?
gold medal. Yeah, against
Yeah, well-
was it Heskey? I thought you won that.
You know, a lot of people thought I did too, you know, because, I mean, even though my hand was broken, I was still swinging it. I was still throwing
You
it.
landed that haymaker so many times, the right hand over
But
and
my
over
hand
again.
was
I don't.
like dead, you know. It was like, it was broken, man. It was smashed. I broke it
Wow.
after I fought the East German guy.
How soon after you broke your hand did you have to fight for the medal?
A couple nights in between, you know.
Right. Not enough time to heal, though.
No, you can't hear.
I remember seeing your hand. It was like 3 times the size of it normal.
Oh my gosh. I had to ice it. I had to hide it from the judges.
And the doctor in the morning,
The
too.
doctor, yeah, the one that checked me, the doctor looked away and he squeezed my hand. I was staring at him. I wanted to break his fucking neck. But Adrian just said, "Calm down." I couldn't scream, right? I wanted to scream how much pain I was feeling.
Yeah, you could remember that day like it was almost yesterday, eh?
Yeah,
Egerton?
man. Adrian was beside me, holding me, keeping, you know? Because Adrian, everybody knew my hand was broken. He saw the swelling. He was an East German doctor.
Yeah.
He saw the swelling, so he wanted to inspect it. So he looked away and he squeezed my hand with all his. I was like, "Fuck!"
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to scream and I wanted to hit him at the same time, but thank God I didn't. I would be out of the games.
how did that feel winning the medal though for Canada? That must have been a great
It
feeling.
was sad for me. I wanted the gold, man. I was sad
Yeah.
at first. You saw me when I got when they gave him the decision. I was upset.
Yeah.
I was upset. I was angry.
Yeah.
That I had to go through that. My hands was broken, and I didn't get a chance to really put my hands on Mass because I fought Mass one time before, and they robbed me in Germany. They gave me the decision, and all these people were booing the decision. They were East Germany too. They were booing, they were whistling, because they knew that I beat him.
You got robbed twice then, because that fight you should have won.
Yeah, well, this time my hand was broken, but the other time my hand wasn't broken, but it was like a good little fight. They call it like a 4-1 split decision in East Germany.
Wow.
You don't get that unless you knock somebody out.
He was a really tall guy in that ring.
Big time. He's a tall, slick, good sound fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And he used
Southpaw,
every
right?
time I got in, every time I threw my hands, he would grab me, he would hold on to me,
Yeah, I remember that. They kept breaking it
bother
up.
me. You try to like hold me, and then throw little light punches and then grab me again. So
You didn't want to get hit.
no, and when I fought him as a pro, it was the same thing. But the only thing is, I got a little bit of a food poisoning, and it kind of messed me up. I was shitting myself.
Oh.
You know, so you gotta know when they're promoting the fights, when you bring the guys in, you gotta look at that stuff because sometimes people, the promoters now, they can make it difficult for the guys who are challenging their guy. You know what I'm saying? Make your room a little colder.
Yeah.
Food poisoning. I got food poisoning a couple of times. Big fights, and I knew if I had a cook, I'd be like the real big guys. I'd have my own cook, make sure that my meals is right, and that's it. And sometimes even stay at places that's not their list.
So you traveled with Lennox a lot. Is that the way Lennox traveled?
Oh yeah, big time. Because when you're one of the big sellers now, when you're one of the main event guys, you have more power.
Pay-per-view guys.
You can say, listen, I'm not staying in this hotel. I'm staying over here.
Yeah.
You know, I want certain things, and you can demand it because you have your own people organizing on your behalf.
Right.
But when you come in as a challenger now, you have no power.
especially if you're going to the other person's backyard.
But if you go into their country, because everybody wants you to lose. The person who's feeding you for breakfast, they want you to lose. The person that's bringing your linen in your room wants you to lose. Everybody there is against you. So if they put a little shit pill in your food, it's okay. Yeah. If you got the runs, it's okay. They don't mind.
Yeah. When you fought Maskey as a pro, was that in Germany?
Yeah, it was in Germany. Yeah. It wasn't a good fix at all. It wasn't good at all. I was sick in that fight. I stayed down light heavyweight way too long.
Yeah.
I was killing myself making that weight. And you know what? In the Olympics, my best weight I should have fought it was light heavyweight.
And you fought at middleweight, 165.
I fought at middleweight, and that killed me. I was killing myself to make the weight.
You had to keep the weight for like 2 weeks.
I had to keep the weight. And I was like, that was awful.
Yeah, it was.
Especially when you punching hard. When you punch as hard as me, sometimes you hit, and your bones are a little bit more brittle. You're a little bit more thinner, but you still got that power.
That's what a lot of people forget, I think, Eric. They don't realize that how big a man you were, and you kept 165 for 2 weeks, man. So what that did to your body, I bet you that is a big reason why you hurt your hand as bad as you did.
That's very, very possible. Because when I fought light heavyweight, remember I fought light heavyweight, I was in the World Cup. Were you there in 85?
No, I was still young.
Okay, because in 85, remember because prior to you coming on the team, right?
Yeah.
Before I went down to middleweight, remember I started fighting Otis. But prior to that, I was light heavyweight. I went up to light heavyweight.
Yeah, your fight. Coco? Did you ever fight Coco?
Yeah, I beat Coco. Remember I beat Coco?
Yeah.
And I was rated number 1 in the world. I was rated number 1 light heavyweight because I won the North American Championship. I beat the world champion in the States, Donald Stephens.
Oh, yeah.
He beat Reddick Bowe. Reddick Bowe was light heavyweight then, too. He beat Reddick Bowe. Wow. Yeah. Reddick Bowe went to the World Juniors.
You also beat the guy that won the light heavyweight, the Olympic gold medal, didn't you?
Yeah, Maynard. I beat him as a pro.
Andrew Maynard, yeah.
Yeah, I beat him as a pro. But I beat him down. I would have beat him down as an amateur in the amateur too, light heavyweight, because it was a stronger weight for me. I was more of a puncher. I didn't hurt my hands. I didn't have to make weight. I was good. But I think the ego, my trainer's ego, Adrian's ego got in his way.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Because I was fighting with Otis Grant.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get on the team.
Yeah.
That rivalry kept me at middleweight.
Yeah. That's too bad because the team would have been such a better team had you gone.
Yeah, but you see, it's certain principles we were going on, and I guess people, the trainers, the egos got involved.
Yeah.
Otis wanted to move up, and Adrian think, fuck that. He can't beat my guy. So I had to keep that weight. And it was like, oh man, if 2020, if I had it, I would have changed it. I would have probably move up to light heavyweight.
Right.
And keep it going.
Yeah, you would have beaten Andrew Maynard for the Olympic gold medal.
Oh yeah, it would have been a war. It would have been a war because Maynard was a tough guy.
Yeah. It
would have been a war, but I'd be prepared for it. I was ready for it.
You and Otis should have been the same weight. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, we were the same weight for a bit. He was junior. He was light middle. Then I was middleweight champion. Then he moved up to middleweight, and then he challenged me, and then we had a seesaw battle. He won one fight. I don't know if he won one split decision.
Yeah.
And then I went back and I beat him. I had to beat him twice.
Can you explain that to me? He challenged you for a spot on Team Canada or?
Yeah, the Canadian team, yeah.
Okay, so you guys had to compete with each other to get on the team.
Well, he had to compete with me to get on the team because I was the champion.
And then you guys both made it on the team afterwards, correct?
No, Egerton made it and Otis didn't.
Otis was never on the team. Okay, I didn't. But Howard was on the team, correct?
No, Otis made the team. Otis won. He won the first fight. Questionable decision. So I had to go back and train to fight him, but I had to beat him twice. I had to go to Quebec and beat him twice.
Because what happens at the Nationals, if whoever wins the Nationals is the national champion, which Otis won that. But then Egerton had to go to the box office and beat Otis twice to revert that, to take it over, right?
Okay.
You know what happened?
Yeah, Can you describe to me, Manny, the kind of structure of how to get on the Olympics team? Because that I don't know.
So what happens is you have to win your provincial championships, then you go to the national championships, and then they have another thing they call the Olympic trials, and you have to beat the best guys in Canada again. And but if you're the Canadian champion, you have to be beaten twice in order to get off the team. So that's what happened with Egerton. He beat Otis twice, and then they didn't send all 12 guys. Like, we had to be ranked in the top 16 in the world, I think it was, right? Because they didn't send. Remember Salvatore?
Salvatore, yeah.
There's another guy they didn't send either.
I think that was a big shame, though. That's a big disgrace. I mean,
it was.
Canada's a big country. They should send. They're just being cheap.
Yeah.
Being cheap.
Yeah.
No, real talk. You to be best in your country. Why can't you represent your country in the Olympics?
Yeah.
Because you never know. You never know. A guy from the streets, because you know the magnitude of the Olympics, he could rise up.
Yeah, that's true.
But they come with bullshit rules. I know they have some good fighters that's supposed to be at Olympics. They weren't in Olympics because, we want to save money. Bullshit.
Yeah, I agree, Egerton.
You know, that's a big injustice, and I think it's a shame that they're still doing that to poor athletes.
That's too bad.
You know.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, then, Manny. I thought both Grant brothers were on Team Canada in '88.
Not in '88. No, Otis. Like Egerton said, Egerton beat him in the box off. He beat him twice, so he took. He took.
Couldn't go. Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes. So he was a legitimate Canadian champion. But Otis, he went to the. I don't know what happened in 1987. Didn't you hurt yourself or something, Egerton?
No. Yeah, we were supposed to. What happened? I was supposed to fight him in the box off, right?
Yeah.
To defend my title, but I broke my hand.
Oh, that's what happened. So then Otis went to the Pan American Games, right? And he got a silver medal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he went on to do his thing, but I was like, I couldn't fight then.
Yeah.
But then when my hand healed, I fought him and I beat him up.
Do you guys have any kind of relationship now?
Oh yeah. Well, every time we see, we're courteous. I mean, I kind of regret having to go that route with them. I think it would have been a better choice for me to move up to light heavyweight and give him a chance. Right.
Right.
But the hindsight is 20/20. I was young. My trainer was telling me I could be the best middleweight, and middleweight was the choice weight that he wanted me to go, so I went it.
Yeah.
You know.
As I'm meeting all of Manny's friends through that journey, I'm just thinking automatically, oh, they all get along. But now I'm noticing it wasn't quite that way.
Not at that time.
What do you mean?
Well, we've interviewed Howard on the last episode, and a bunch of other people. So just in my mind, I was thinking, oh, it was a big happy family, but it seems like there was some.
No, certainly not, because you're dealing with jealousy, you're dealing with ego, and you're dealing with people's like prejudice. They got the trainers telling them one thing. They got Team Canada is not always Team Canada, because you have a member of your team that beat one of my buddies that's supposed to be on the team with me. So you're not going to love that guy.
So that's fascinating. So you might not get along with the team, but they still got to travel and live together, right?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Do you guys have any stories of traveling to the Olympics and things getting heated between teams?
Man. Well, Manny was a lover boy.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
boy.
true, Egerton. I wasn't no lover boy, but we were in Venezuela together too, weren't we?
Yeah, Caracas, yeah.
Look at Manny changing the subject, Egerton?
Yeah.
Manny was a lover boy, man. Pretty Spanish.
That was always Asif Dar trying to pretend, Remember?
Oh, yeah. Asif the stud.
Pretending
But
what?
Manny was a lover boy, man. Pretty boy.
No.
Trying to play shy, but he wasn't no shy. He wasn't shy.
Yeah.
I was pretty shy because I was kind of the youngest guy going there, right? So
Yeah, he was a humble, good guy, man. Good guy. Good gas tank, though. He had a lot of gas in his tank.
yeah.
So did any teammates come to blows almost?
Lennox and Asif also used to always pitter patter back and
Well,
forth.
they got into it a few times, yeah.
Okay.
Did I dust up with anybody?
I don't remember really, but no one fucking messed with you. That's all.
No, they didn't. I was a serious guy. I remember a Nova Scotian guy I had to rough up in the ring. It wasn't Nova Scotian. It was a big Petrie. I think it's a big heavyweight guy. I sparred with him in Florida. But me and him got into it. He was a heavyweight, and I was a light heavyweight at the time. Just between middleweight and light heavyweight. And he was talking shit, and then we got in the ring, and I started letting bombs on him. And they pulled me off of him. Yeah. And that was it.
Crazy.
What would happen if we surprised Lennox on a call like this with Asif Dar?
Like shit. It wasn't like no big deal because Lennox is a big dude. You can't really fuck with him too much.
No.
And Asif was a serious fighter too. You can't really mess with him too much.
Not like Ben Johnson tried to mess with Lennox at the Pan American.
Yeah, just ego's getting crashed. I'm glad Lennox.
Wait, Ben Johnson, the runner?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad Lennox used restraint on that because he could have hurt this guy. He could have hurt him.
Oh, man.
88 wouldn't be 88 anymore. He wouldn't have got that medal.
He wouldn't have made it to the track if...
Exactly. Then they do, But, people like other athletes don't realize what they're getting into when they're... Because, you're an athlete at a certain level, you feel like, shit, I'll kick your ass. Even if you can't box. Because you're an athlete, you have that mentality. Because Ben Johnson's an accomplished runner. He can fucking run. He's in shape.
So did he run away?
It's when you're at a certain level, you challenge anybody.
It was at the Pan American Games, Eggy.
Were the Pan Am Games? I thought it was Olympics too. It was Olympics
well,
too.
The Olympics, they're a bit beaking off a little bit at each other, but it was more. I heard something went down at the Pan American Games. That's
I didn't see that part of the Pan Am Games because I was just like I was like a bridesmaid. I didn't get a chance to compete. I was watching the game.
You were great in the documentary, by the way, with Lennox Lewis.
Which one? They have so many documentaries with Lennox.
The last one that just came out
with Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre's the narrator.
Okay, I gotta see that again. I've seen so many documentaries, man.
What's the best one?
I don't know. All of them is the same, because we had so much history together. We did so many things together. Like, which documentary, which fights are we training for? Which, you know what I'm saying? I remember the Holyfield fights. I remember the both fights and all this stuff we were training. I remember in between that. But it's like the documentary is a collage of different events that happened. So it's hard to pick them out when exactly each incident happened. You get what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
How'd the Mike Tyson training camp for Mike Tyson?
Oh, that was intense, man. That was intense. I was bringing the fire. He didn't like me too much in that camp. No, seriously. We were like, I was bringing the heat. Manny was talking shit. Manny was telling, psyching me up, trying to get
Manny
me
Stewart.
to bring the heat. Yeah, Manny Stewart. Remember, Manny was talking shit. This ain't Egerton's camp, blah, 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 motherfucker. So I was fighting my ass off and bringing the heat to him because, I wanted him to be the best. So I brought the heat.
Show him the real Tyson.
Oh, yeah, shit. When he came out of the ring, he said, man, sparring with you was tougher than him.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was real.
Ready. Yeah, you got him really ready. That's man, that's great, man.
Yeah, we had to because we had a lot of sparring partners that took a trip out of that training camp. They got knocked out, they got carried out of the ring. A lot of guys were getting knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet.
A lot of guys didn't want to do the work. They just want to get the money. They want to get the money for sparring, but they didn't want to do the work.
Was that camp in Detroit with Manny Stewart, or were you guys somewhere else? Like, do you remember?
No, we were in the Poconos with Manny Stewart.
Oh, right, yeah.
Manny Stewart was a trainer, yeah, but we were in the Poconos. We had our own little camp.
Right.
You couldn't afford to be in any other gym on any other person's schedule and thing. And Lennox need to be in the camp. The camp atmosphere sometimes is better for the fighter.
Yeah, more focused.
Well, especially if when you start making change, training and the organization of your training camp is very important. I mean, you win money, you win and you stay at home. Your life could be hell. You got to pay bills. Your wife would be nagging you. Your kids, you got to have a camp.
Right.
But then if you have a camp, you got to have people in the camp to organize it where, you're getting your food, you're getting your things organized. So in the Poconos, we were able to do that.
Where's Poconos? Where is it? Like, is it in New York somewhere?
Yeah, outside of New York, like upstate New York. It's like
What other great fighters have you done work with there, Egerton? You've been
Oh
around.
man, I rumbled with Holyfield. I rumbled with Michael Moore,
Yeah.
David Tua. We slapping him around until he got bigger. No, David was my boy. David was my boy, man. I love that guy, man. David Tua.
He fought Lennox too. Lennox beat him.
Yeah. The Thunder from Down Under. That was my buddy, man. That was my buddy.
Yeah.
He got big as hell though. But he was when he came into camp, he was like 210. He just came off of the Olympics, so we were, he wasn't a full-fledged heavyweight then.
Yeah.
Were you training with Lennox for most of his career?
Well, pretty well. You could say that because amateur, yes. And then when we turned pro, I started helping him out in his camp when he was fighting the top guys. But earlier, I was on my career. I was doing my thing. But when this fight became more intense and he getting better opponent, I had to come and help him out. With Tyson, with Holyfield, especially with Holyfield, because I trained with Holyfield too. So he knew I was bringing the fire like Holyfield, so they needed me there.
So you're able to sort of give him a heads up what's coming, right?
I would be the only guy in camp that could be honest with him, brutally honest with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was bringing that love, and he knew it was love, so I was bringing it to him, whether you like it or not. I had to bring it. I had to tell him the truth. So I trained hard, prepared myself, and told him the truth in the ring. And then you could see that in his performance, he was able to rise up because I wasn't coming with no bullshit. I wasn't, being half-stepping. Because I seen guys in the ring sparring with him, and they want the money, but they can't take the lick, or they don't want to put themselves in harm's way to get hurt. So they're fighting with their brakes on.
Yeah.
Right, especially Tyson. They had to, especially for Tyson, because you needed somebody aggressive, and if they weren't being aggressive, they were bullshitting. They were just big guys getting pounded for a little bit, playing defense, and then they get their money and they go home. Because sparring could be if they learn how to spar, they can just try to be safe, act busy a little bit, and get some bullshit rounds, and he's not getting what honest truth about himself. So some fighters, we go in the ring with a false sense of, oh yeah, I'm great. I killed all my sparring partners. They respect me. And they go in there and they realize the truth when they fight their real opponent.
Yeah. That's why training is so important before you actually get in the fight, right? Your training partner.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah.
And the thing with Lennox, he took the game seriously because we took the time away. Put herself in camp. He wasn't hanging out with his wife. He wasn't hanging out with his friends. We were in camp, and I was on business. We get up in the morning, we run, we eat, we train, and we focus on the fight.
Yeah, you live it, man.
Yes. Some cats, I want to stay home, and no, it's not right. When you stay home and shit, you take on the worries of your bills, you take on the worries of your family, and all this stuff would take away your focus on the fight.
That's so true, eh?
Yeah.
Amazing.
What do you think made Lennox kind of set him apart from the competition and achieve what he achieved?
Aside from his natural ability, he had good trainers that came in his life, right? And he had good friends that came in his life that was able to help him to achieve his natural gifts. Actually,
that's what you were mentioned in that, actually, in the documentary. That you were, you're very vital to his success.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Don't get me blushing.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
You see a black guy blush?
Yeah, it's like I think he had to bring you back and one of his other friends. Just he needed the honest people in his corner, right?
Well, yeah, you need people who tell you the truth. I mean, real talk. When you're in the game of life and death, and boxing is of life and death.
Yeah,
you got to rely on people. And trust is key.
That was after Oliver McCall.
Oliver McCall, that fight tore me up, man. I was watching that fight and it fucking freaked me out. I was so far away. I wasn't there at the fight, but I was there for the second fight, though.
Yes.
When Oliver ran with his tail between his legs, because we were ready for him.
Yeah,
you're ready for him. He knew what he was doing. He couldn't do nothing. He would get beat up.
Yeah,
and carried out of the ring.
Yeah.
So he decided to cry and protest and whatever.
He did though.
No, but that was real.
That happened.
That was real.
Who are your top heavyweight boxers of all time then?
Top heavyweight boxer of all time? Oh my God. All time.
All time? Give it to me.
Shit. I got some guys, man. Let me see. You can't go without saying Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali. I like Jersey Joe Walcott, and my guy Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
You got to be there. Who else? Foreman, George Foreman.
Yeah, George.
He's one of my top guys too.
Yeah.
And Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier.
So I'm mixed up, you know. You got Joe Frazier and Foreman. I love Norton too. Norton was a crazy, gifted guy, natural gifts.
Yeah.
Right? He made Ali's life hell because of the style he adapted.
Yeah.
You know, I like Norton too. Norton was oh shit.
What about Canadian heavyweight? Is it Chuvalo?
Oh, I love Chuvalo. Yeah, Chuvalo got to be up there. Yeah, you got to be up there. You can't go say Canadian heavy without Chuvalo. I like Razor Ruddock as well.
Chuvalo was in the wrong time when all the greats were there. Ali, Frazier, Foreman, right?
Yeah, but then when else would he be great? When else would he be great?
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Had the time been different, Chuvalo would have had a world title. That's what I'm saying.
Well, who could he beat with a world title now? Like, I mean, then it's a tough grind now. You know, it's a tough grind. But before they didn't have so many weight classes. Remember, so many different titles.
Yeah, and different organizations. You're right.
Exactly. The fights were a little bit more tougher.
Yeah, you're right.
What do you think of the current state?
Current state is just watered down. It's watered down, and it's who's promoting. The promoters are winning the battle.
Too many belts, right?
Well, there's too many belts. A lot of people don't know who the real champion is.
Yeah.
And they forget they're losing their judgment on what's boxing. What's boxing supposed to look like?
Yeah.
It's hard to follow it because who is the champion? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Well, it's all about promotion, right? I mean, you get a good star. They got people have the money behind them to promote them. After a while, you know, they don't even know what they're getting because some of the fighters are watered down. They don't have the skills that the people are selling.
Yeah.
They get a few knockouts and then, I have a world champion, world beater. Until he fights a guy that could really fight.
The Fury-Joshua fight is for all the marbles, right? There's no one else really that'll be undisputed for sure, right?
I don't know, undisputed, whatever. These guys, come on. You know, everybody's nowadays like we're one punch away from winning the title. You know, like Fury got have natural fundamentals, and Joshua, if he picks up his game, he should be able to step the Furies a little bit better than anybody else. More than Wilder, more than anybody, because he has Olympic experience as well. But Fury right now got the lead. Fury got the foundation, the fundamentals to be the lead guy in the game right now. I don't think Joshua is there, but he could win it, but he needs a little focus. He needs to focus a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, Lennox would walk through these guys, I think. So.
Well, yeah, in his time, but not now. I wouldn't call it
now, but in his time.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Who do you think how would Lennox fare in today's heavyweight?
Oh, come on. It's always, it's always the case. It's always the case. They're always bringing up the dead. The old fighters to challenge the new guys.
Yeah.
It's different times, man. You can't really tell. But I think the fundamental wise, because we have the level of boxing is picked up from the Ali days, because the champions were Olympians. Champions were like guys who really studied the craft. You look at George Foreman. You look at Joe Frazier.
They're all
when
Olympians.
They came up.
They're all Olympians.
They weren't just world champions. They were Olympians. They were top guys. Right? So they had a strong command of the fundamentals, and that means longevity at the top, really.
Yeah.
Right? You can win some of the guys will win the title, but they can't keep it because they don't have the fundamentals.
Did you see Tyson announce he's fighting in May again?
I don't know. What is he fighting? What is he doing? A little sparring match?
I'm hoping you got an inside scoop for us. Is it your
he's
boy
gonna get
Lennox?
some money. He's gonna get some money. It's a little money hustle, right? You know, come on. You know.
Do you know who the opponent is though?
No, I don't know. No, I don't care. I don't know. Once Tyson's in it, people are gonna be watching.
Yeah. Did you enjoy his last? I think it was fun. I think it was a little fun little sparring match. It was hell to keep him on. I think it was a fun little sparring match. It's all good.
It wasn't nothing, you know.
It wasn't a real fight.
No.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
it wasn't a real fight, but it was a fight, whatever. But it wasn't a real fight, no.
Yeah.
It was a real fight because they'll be going for it a little bit more seriously.
Mhm.
But they're older guys, and they wanted to let off some stress. I think it was a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They looked good for 50, whatever they are.
Well, yeah, it look good for any age. I mean, if you're not a fighter, that's gonna look great. But when you're a real fighter, you see the bullshit.
Yeah.
I saw the grabbing. I saw like soon they got in close. Roy would grab him and let some shots go. Let him know that he's in the ring, not alone, but he's not alone.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a real. It was a real sparring match. It was a real sparring match, technical sparring match
Yeah.
that you shouldn't try if you're not a professional, or else you end up sleeping. No, really, you know, if you were not a professional, you can't compete at that level.
What was it like training with Emmanuel Stewart?
Oh, Manny, I love training with Manny. Manny was a good trainer. He knew the game. He knew the boxing game. And I worked with him with a couple of my fights, and they're quick fights. I knocked a lot of people out under his tutelage, right? But Manny was a good teacher. He knew the fundamentals. He knew you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knew how to talk to the fighters because he'd been in the ring. He had experience, and it showed with his performance and how he dealt with different fighters, like when he worked with Klitschko.
Yeah.
Because I trained with Klitschko's too. I used to go over to Germany and smack them around a little bit.
Oh, really?
Both Vitaly. Yeah.
No
I used to
way.
go out there and smack Vitaly and Vladimir around. You know, they're big guys, man. 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah.
Had to get in there and start beating them up. But it was good. It was good working with them, and you could tell by his work. You know, they improved. They became world champions and great champions as well.
He was from Detroit, right? Emmanuel Stewart.
Yeah, Manny's from Detroit. Yeah, wow. I used to go to Kronk too. I went down to Kronk a few times. I went down there. I'm pretty well a member of Kronk, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's one of the best trainers.
Yeah. But Manny was great, and we had I had Georgie Benton was a great trainer for me too. George Benton, and we have also my Adrian to the rescue, my amateur trainer.
Yeah.
He's one of the great trainer, great trainer. He's able to get, I find most trainers, when you have a trainer that can bring the fire out in you, that can connect with you. Yeah. Sometimes a trainer don't have to be such of a boxing expert. You just have to connect with your athletes.
Yeah.
Right, and things can happen. That's very important on a train. When you're training at a higher level, you connect with your trainer. It can make you go through fire.
Yeah, I didn't actually even know this. He trained Oliver McCall before he trained Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got the opportunity, and he just and McCall was more confident in his thing, but Manny showed him how to land that big right hand, and guess what?
Yeah.
Timing, opportunities. A good corner have a lot to do with your progress in the ring. Yeah, and good corner.
Yeah, your success. Yeah.
Hey, brother, we could let you go, man. You give us plenty of time.
We want you on the show every once in a while, though, Egerton. So.
Oh man, Manny, I'll do anything for you, brother. I love this guy, man.
Love you, buddy.
This guy is a champion in the ring and outside of the ring. I love this guy.
Yes, he is.
Exactly.
Such a promoter, Egerton. Thank you very much.
No. Real talk, man. You're a quiet, humble guy.
I remember spending 2 weeks at Lake Louise with Egerton, and we had some great times up there.
Yeah, remember that? Oh gosh. Yeah. Hiking up that hill and Scotty peeing in the water when we were trying to drink it up.
Yeah.
And then they killed that little mug.
Is that Scotty Olsen?
Scotty Olsen, that's my buddy, man.
We'll get him. We met him as well. We'll get you guys on the show together.
I love that guy, man. I love that guy. That's my brother.
Brother, give a shout out to your business. We want to check it out.
Yeah, Spiritual Kid Art Products. We're at 1352 Western Road in Toronto, selling spiritual oils and all that stuff, and incense and candles and esoterical products.
Right on.
It's the place to go.
Awesome, brother.
Of course, if you're in Toronto and you need spiritual stuff, you got to come to Spiritual Kid Art.
We will, 100%.
Levante and Hugo.
Hey.
You guys take care of yourself. And Manny, love you, man.
Egerton, guess where Hugo's from?
No, where's he from?
He comes from the home of Manos de Piedra, the hands of stone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, man.
That was my guy, man.
Oh, Roberto Duran?
That was my guy. Roberto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I met him a couple of times. Man. But, you know, he's just in passing, you know? I love that guy.
Manny was saying he spent some time with Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah. Sugar is good, too. Sugar is a nice guy. Good guy. I trained with Sugar. Sugar was when he was with Sean O'Sullivan. When Sean O'Sullivan came back from the Olympics. He was training with Sugar Ray Leonard, and Sean Leonard was at the gym in Capricorn a few times.
Wasn't Leonard supposed to be Sean O'Sullivan's manager or something at one time?
Yeah, he was tied up in the management with Sean O'Sullivan because Sugar's manager was working with him.
Yeah.
Did you ever find his number, Manny? Sugar Ray's?
No, I didn't actually. I haven't tell you. I haven't really searched that deep. But
oh my god!
Leonard, you know, like those shows that we did at the River Rock that you fought on.
Yeah.
So well, we brought Sugar Ray Leonard in as a guest once. They had the casino had to pay him like $2,500 or something, but they paid him and he came.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
cheap, man.
That was a while back though, Eggy.
Yeah, but $2,500 for Sugar Ray Leonard. Oh,
I know that was nothing though, but it's just I forget who I got him through. It was someone I was talking to, and they got a hold of him, and then Sugar Ray, you know, he got all his expenses paid, and plus he got to go home with $2,500 American. So
yeah, can't go wrong. If you got nothing to do, probably just come and hang out in Vancouver.
Yeah, man.
In the hood, Egerton.
Check out the hood.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no hood in Vancouver, man. What the hell?
Yeah. All right.
Pleasure to meet you. We'll let you go, and
Pleasure.
we'll talk again soon, I hope.
All right. God bless you guys,
Bless
man.
you, brother.
Manny, take care of yourself, man.
You too. Great thing. It was great seeing
Thank you.
You look great, man. You look great.
Thank you, brother.
Here,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Yeah. See you guys.
Jerry Trimble. Yeah, Jerry Trimble was a bad motherfucker.
Golden Boy. That's what they call Atlanta's Jerry Trimble.
He